sometimes when you're looking for a water problem, people tend to look down. But you must also look up. If you see the size of the pitched roof and the small gutter that's along that entire length, with the small little leader, it's a very small leader. It should be a commercial leader, but all that water flows over that gutter onto this huge flat roof. And no, it does not all go into the drains. There are drains, but it does not all go into the drains. And when it does go into the drains, guess where it goes? Underneath the building. Stand where I'm standing now and run a straight line. You'll see that once you go over about 10 feet from where I am, all of a sudden you go straight down to about a 2-foot drop. And guess where that 2-foot drop goes? Right into the building, and there is no way to stop all that water. So a solution has to be discussed. This is a path for water. Obviously it was just jury-rigged to somehow drain water from top to bottom, but believe me, when you get a lot of rain, the parking lot is much higher than the ground here, much higher. So anytime it breaches, it floods this area, and there's only one place for the water to go, and that's inside, and you cannot stop that simply by putting more mulch down. Yes, this is like a little garbage bin, but if you also look, whoever installed this siding made a huge mistake. I don't know who did this, but the siding is at ground level. It looks like cedar siding, or it might be, no, it looks like it might be just like a vinyl siding. It should be about 2 inches higher. And if you notice, the ground goes all the way right up to where the siding is. And you have the same situation over here with a storm catch basin, so clearly this area floods. And again, you have some elevation here because it floods. Look closely. You'll see a drainage pipe coming in that probably runs along the entire length. And I'm sure it goes to the other side over here, where there's another catch basin and another pipe coming off the roof. This area obviously breaches constantly. I'm zoomed back right now, but I'm going to zoom forward. And as I zoom forward, you see the mulch has started creeping up the siding. The reason that happens is because it's full of water, and the water pushes the mulch against the siding. This is where the water runs down here, and obviously this curb gets flooded, which is just the beginning of the problem. You see there's a pipe right here, and the pipe runs across and it goes to the catch basin over there. However, when there's a lot of water coming in, it breaches this sidewalk, which is almost ground level. And then if you go a little further, then it dips way down. And if you notice here, for example, the reason that that's lifted is because this area always floods. And when this always floods, you get the water situation, which you see here. I believe this is a garbage area. Sam, can you open that up just so I can see what's in there? Also, just so you know, you can see the rust down in this vent. This is filled up with water numerous times. As a matter of fact, the flood that happened about 2 years ago, all of these vents filled up with water. We were here cleaning it out, but the root cause of the problem was never fixed. I have a good view of the defect here. Very obvious. It runs all the way across. I also want to tell you that this flat roof that you have here is a very large flat roof. When it rains, if you think for 1 second that all the water somehow goes out somewhere, you got to think again, because that's just not the case. It's just too big of a flat roof. So at the end of the day, it just literally rolls off the roof. So the question is, what do we do about that? And yes, there is a solution that we can do, but it's something that would require a discussion. At the conclusion of the walk, I just wanted to be clear that the entire building, not much can be done about it, but it's literally about 10 inches too low. What I mean by that is when they built it, they should have built it about 10 inches higher than it is.